honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Much peace, love, and salutation to you. I came out there pushing the word of sincerity and truth. This is Brother Ariala. This is just a quick Algo update. And, brothers have been sending information into the chat. And a couple of the latest news pieces that kind of hit the wire, so to speak, have been very interesting over the last couple of days. I want to touch on the direction we in the last algorithm that we did. It was called the Fourth Industrial Revolution, and me and the brother Required Kwam from England, we kind of highlighted the new era of global capitalism, the infrastructure of how the elite want things to go, the new era of kind of like the new digital world, this market of beast system where no longer oil is king, data is king. I was reading an article earlier today on cotton and how cotton was the commodity that propelled the United States into its height during the Industrial Revolution and led it into preeminence after World War II. And then we had the time where the petrodollar and oil, refining oil, was the cheap commodity because you had these world institutions and corporations needing to move product across the world, and oil was a cheap commodity. And now we're coming into an age where the control and of data and being able to process data through algorithms and AI and machine learning, what companies can do that most proficiently will be at the forefront of this new market of beast system. Now, we said in the last few algorithms concerning this vaccine that it's not about the vaccine, it's about the system of implementation it would take in order for this vaccine to really be done. It would be a tremendous system. And so we was talking about how Esau is causing the necessary systems to come into place to prepare people for the market of beast system. And we're starting to see critical infrastructure roll out. And I want to talk a little bit about that more today. When we read in Revelation, the 13th chapter, and we go into that 12th verse, it says, "And he exerciseth all the power of the first beast before him, and causeth the earth and them that dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed." We understand that this is that Roman power infrastructure, all of its kind of like power and might at that time coming back, right? "And he doth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men." We understand that military might that has been used through NATO, right? 14, "And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast." All right, "that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as will not worship the image of the beast should be killed." So this Roman way, this Roman, doctrine and everything that comes with it gives the character or image of the beast, and everybody is to be indoctrinated. It's a mandatory, I don't want to say Americanization, but I'll say westernization, Roman westernization of the globe. Everybody's coming in us underneath this image and way, right? But now there's going to be power given to the image of the beast. In verse 16 it says, "And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads." Now, he causeth all. He sets it up. He plots it. And produces systems that's going to move you into this direction. And we're seeing those systems come into place, right? So it says in verse 17 that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Now, Psalms 36 and 2. Well, you know what? Let's start at 1. It says, the chief musician, a psalm of David, the servant of the Lord. The transgression of the wicked saith within my heart, that there is no fear of God before his eyes. For he flattereth himself in his own eyes, until his iniquity be found to be hateful. The words of his mouth are iniquity and deceit. He have left off to be wise and to do good. He devises mischief upon his bed. He setteth himself in a way that is not good. He abhorreth not evil. All right, so mischief, deceit, okay, is always going to be in the mindset of the seed of Satan, okay? Just 1 second, guys. Slap, kiddo. So now I want to play these clips from Kumo and talk about this vaccine. Now, and I also want to put it out there, as far as the Israelite community, Great Millstone through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua is the only ones warning the flock of this. We were told to be conspiracy theorists. We was told to be whack and kook jobs. We was told that we were just being ridiculously over the top as we went through the prophecies, and we see the prophecies jumping off the page concerning what Esau's doing and what's going on. Now what do you guys have to say? These things are happening right before our face, man. If you don't get right with Yahweh Shem Yahushua, you're going to be caught real bad out here. Okay? Listen to this.
I want to be able to say to New Yorkers, it is safe, take it, and I want to have the best distribution, because ideally we want to be the first COVID-safe state in the nation. What's our goal? New York is the best, highest goal, first state to immunize, vaccinate everybody. That's our goal.
Look at his eyes. If you don't see Satan, I don't know what you're looking at.
Well, you set the bar hard. Yeah, it's New York. We set the bar as high as you can.
See that? So he's talking about vaccinating everybody in the state of New York. Now, on another press conference, he goes more into the mindset of how to get this done, bro. Now, listen. Now, we told you it's not about the vaccine. It's about the system needed to accomplish a goal. It's about what you have to cause to happen in order to get that done.
This is a massive undertaking. This is a larger operational undertaking, I would argue, than anything we have done during COVID to date. Think about it. 20 million people in the state. Most of the vaccinations they're talking about now require 2 vaccinations, okay? 2 dosages. Depending on which one, 21 to 28 days in between. You would have to organize an effort to vaccinate everyone once, record when they were vaccinated, with what vaccine, bring them back 21 to 28 days later to get that same vaccine. There will be several vaccines that are available. The storage of the vaccine would have to be at minus 80 degrees. There's a question about how.
So he's talking about, listen, we're going to have to be able to monitor and regulate when the people get their first vaccines, what vaccine they receive, where they getting it from, how much we need to put in this facility. Then they got to come back for another one. So they got to be monitored, tested, looked at. This is a massive undertaking.
Many refrigeration units,
just like the Mark of the Beast administration, will have to be a massive undertaking,
are even capable of doing that. There's going to be trust issues about the vaccination, and there's going to be conspiracy theories, and there are going to be rumors, and there's not a lot of trust, let's be honest, in the federal health organizations.
That skirt is being lifted up, so the trust level in America is very, very low. Why? And this is how we know tumults are being prepared. If they understand that there's already trust issues and they've already taken serious movements in social media to control what can be posted on Facebook, on Twitter, on YouTube, okay, on Instagram. They're policing these things now. Now people's pages are being frozen or completely eliminated. And even for us, we have to be extremely mindful of how we even title our videos. Luckily, the spirit was on the apostles and elders, and it kind of became a understanding of not monetizing our pages, so we are not relegated to the same type of algorithms that people who monetize their pages are. Plus, the spirit is on us to flood YouTube, so we don't die, we multiply. Okay, but this is what's happening, man. They are causing these things to happen. Okay. Now, in the scripture of Ezekiel 7:26, I like to use this scripture to kind of highlight the same energy that's happening here. You know, Ezekiel 7:24, it says, "Wherefore I will bring the worst of the heathen, and they shall possess their houses. I will also make the pomp of the strong to cease, and their holy places shall be defiled. Destruction cometh, and they shall seek peace, and there shall be none. Mischief shall come upon mischief, and rumor shall be upon rumor. Then shall they seek a vision of the prophet, but the law shall perish from the priests and the counsel from the ancients." And so what I mean by reading that is just to highlight the mischief and the rumors that are increasing in this place. And in the midst of that, people are going to be searching for, they said it, the prophets. People are going to want to see what the breakdown is. And in that time, there ain't going to be no searching for the prophets, man. The internet's going to be shut down probably as chaos mounts. Like, the administration of this vaccine is not going to be something that's just going to float on by. And people think that Esau won't do this. Esau been doing stuff like this, man. It's just gotten to the height of his technology to where he can make somebody worship the image of the beast by putting a mark in them. We're in those times. And if you can't see these things systematically or algorithmically coming together, I don't know what to tell you. Okay? Daniel 8:25 says, "And through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many." So you come that, we need to be saved, we need to save lives, we got this vaccine. "And by peace shall destroy many. He shall also stand up against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken without hand." And that's what we're seeing with this whole issue here. Como understands it. You better believe these big corporations understand that this is a massive enterprise that they're trying to take on. So we're blowing the trumpet, okay? We're blowing the trumpet on this.
Right now. And before people let you put a needle in their arm and inject something, there are going to be serious questions.
So they already understand this. Now, on the back end of the systems that will have to be put in place in order to administer something like this, to administer, to regulate, to monitor it, you have the whole dynamic of our financial systems shifting. At the back end of the scripture in Revelation 13th chapter, we read down there in the 17th verse that you would not be able to buy or sell save you have that mark. Now, this went viral yesterday. The price of Bitcoin has skyrocketed since this announcement yesterday. Made me a little shmoney. We ain't gonna talk about this. This is on TheVerge.com. It says PayPal and Venmo will offer and accept cryptocurrency for all online payments. PayPal is absolutely, I think it rivals Visa or something like that. It is one of the biggest merchants out there, if not the biggest. But it's absolutely huge. Okay, so PayPal and Venmo have jumped on board, and you best believe a lot of these other people are going to jump on board with this. It says PayPal is rolling out cryptocurrency support later this year. PayPal on Wednesday announced it would begin supporting cryptocurrencies for the first time, allowing any PayPal account holder to store, buy, and sell popular virtual currencies starting later this year. The announcement makes PayPal arguably the most significant company in the financial tech sector to adopt support for virtual currencies. PayPal competitor Square launched support for Bitcoin back in 2018 through its Cash app. Okay. It says Square also purchased $50 million worth of Bitcoin earlier this month. And you don't believe that these CEOs, these top analysts, these top guys that are working for these multi-billion-dollar corporations that are international and worldwide, servicing businesses globally, know something? Do you think they're just going to waste that money? Things are moving. We told you that the blockchain technology being utilized to store data and transfer data effectively and efficiently is a key component of the market of system. It's the only way you can be able to regulate having someone's information or having someone's transactional information that can be traced and monitored. It's the only way you can do it. Okay? It says, but PayPal is going further in supporting Bitcoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, and Litecoin. PayPal also plans to extend support to its money sending subsidiary Venmo and international markets starting early next year. For now, PayPal plans to launch digital currency support for U.S. users in the coming weeks. The move makes PayPal a major digital wallet as well as a cryptocurrency exchange. And the result could substantially increase potential adoption of cryptocurrencies among everyday users and online merchants. According to Bloomberg, PayPal has more than 346 million active accounts, of which 26 million are merchants. It says the shift to digital forms of currencies is inevitable. An inevitability. Neo. All right. It says bringing with it clear advantages in terms of financial inclusion and access, efficiency, speed, and resilience of payment systems, and the ability for governments to disperse funds to citizens quickly. Hold on, your brain should be going, what? I thought cryptocurrencies were supposed to be like for the, dark web, and, this is what we use to just send crack money. No. And the ability for governments to disperse funds to citizens quickly. Notice he said that at the very end of the statement, because this is critical for the mark of the beast system, and he calls it all. So you have this massive regulatory grab of information, location, what you're doing with the vaccination systems, along with a complete shift in how we send money. And they've already been prepping everybody for that anyway. Don't bring your change up in here. We don't want your dirty cash. We're out of coins. Okay? Huge, major multinational corporations shifting over to cryptocurrencies and blockchain. They're talking about the next dispersal of the stimulus package will be in a virtual wallet that everybody will have to receive. See? They're setting this up. Now check this out. It says our global reach, digital payments expertise, two-sided networking, rigorous security and compliance controls provide us with the opportunity and the responsibility to help facilitate the understanding, redemption, and interoperability of the new instruments of exchange. A new world order. This is what PayPal CEO Dan Schulman said. Now check what he says after that. Schulman says PayPal is eager to work with central banks and regulators around the world in supporting cryptocurrency. Reports transactions on PayPal's platform will be settled using traditional fiat currency, so merchants won't need to transfer digital coins into dollars following a transaction. Look at that. So simple, easy transition. It's just going to just gradually take your mind from seeing from dollars to digital currencies, and it's just going to be a slow or a simple process. till there's an event, and then they'll just make it a quick process. But PayPal, for now, is restricting users to purchasing cryptocurrency on its own platform, and existing digital coin owners can't transfer the contents of other digital wallets over PayPal's. Okay? Huge, huge, huge news on that. They're just further pushing their enterprise. They're further pushing their intentions, and it's coming along. Now, I thought this was interesting. This is something that Apostle Ramlab has sent me, and I wanted to check it out. But I want you to see what it says. This was a article that somebody, on this page, they follow cryptocurrencies. But apparently Peter Schiff, a guy that we all tend to watch when it comes to economic forecasting and understanding of markets and stuff like that. But look at the title. It says Peter Schiff, bank known criminals tax probe exclaims. Now apparently Peter Schiff, you know what? Let me play this.
I haven't benefited one nickel. So why do you think these tax authorities...
The face of the bank, Peter Schiff.
To say that, I'm facilitating tax evasion, why? I haven't benefited one nickel.
So why do you think these tax authorities are targeting you? Is it because of your celebrity status?
Ask them. Don't ask me.
Peter, respectfully, your bank's at the centre of the biggest tax evasion investigation in the world now. These are fair questions.
I'm not asking any more questions on the bank.
Okay.
That's it. I'm done.
I'll rephrase the question.
There's no more questions. No more questions.
All right. Welcome back, everybody. My name's Austin. A lot to unpack there. Today's video is going to be a little bit different in the fact that I'm going to play you 3 separate clips in that 60-minute interview leading up to that eventual Peter Schiff walkout. Because Peter Schiff's bank, Euro Pacific, allegedly banked known criminals, and he is now part of the largest tax evasion investigation in history. Now, Peter is one of the biggest Bitcoin haters.
Now, why in the article do they even mention Bitcoin critic? What does it have to do with his tax evasion? It has nothing to do with it. Why did they even throw that Bitcoin critic in there? Why is that even in the title? What's that have to do with him having an issue with his bank and people committing fraudulent actions at their bank with taxes? It has nothing to do with cryptocurrencies or anything like that. Why is it mentioned in the title? Why are they associating the fact that this famous Bitcoin critic is now being lambasted? This guy that's been talking about the economy, how Bitcoin don't work, how cryptocurrencies won't work. Now they're vilifying him on 60 Minutes. They're making him seem like a bad guy. I felt like that's interesting. I felt like that's a part of propaganda. That's a part of them saying, listen, Bitcoin is coming or cryptocurrency is coming. Don't listen to this guy. He got tax evasion issues anyway. Be quiet. Proverbs 4:14, it says, enter not into the path of the wicked and go not into the way of evil men. And they causeth all, though the evil men causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark. This is the way that the path that they're carving out for people. Verse 15 says, avoid it, pass not by it, turn from it, and pass away. And we exhort everyone who comes into contact with these videos, you people that's trying to say that the mark of the beast is not the microchip, and that's not the microchip is the mark of the beast, and it's coming. It's coming fast. Avoid it, pass not by it, turn from it, pass away. Okay? It says, they sleep not except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall. For they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence. Okay? This is what's being set up, man. This is the mindset of the wicked that are ruling today. They are setting up these systems. They're moving the systems of economy. They're moving the social system. The whole social economic way of life is shifting to an all digital system. And you are going to be uploaded into his digital guy head. where he is God, where he sees all and knows all, controls all. He is. That's what Esau wants. Esau wants the blessing, but he wants an artificial blessing. Okay? And he's moving to mark you. Best believe. He wants to mark and stamp you into that system. And the way that he'll do that is through that microchip, because it's going to have everything that he needs for you to basically move in the society how he wants you to move. Okay? So I felt like those were 2 articles and videos that was interesting. I think it highlights a lot of the things that we've been talking about since March, and we've been heavily going into. And I'm interested to see how fast this stuff starts to move after the elections, because they got these institutions ready to roll, and they have they wrote the legislation for this stuff back in 2015. So it looks like Esau's primed to go. These other nations are primed. It's going to be high heat, probably it is year next year. It's nothing. It's doing nothing but going up. So call halal Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shah B'Shem Rakah Kodash. I'm going to send double honors once again to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. I want to send much peace, love, and salutation to you. I'm out there pushing the word sincerity and truth. Hey, shalom.